Welcome to my review of the Samsung QN55Q6F. I'm going to start by setting out some of the basic specs and features, and then I'm going to explain some of the things I've learned while using it day to day and give my opinions on it. First, the form factor. The model I have is 55 inches, but it comes in both larger and smaller sizes. Its back is largely made of high quality plastic and has ridges that run along the back of the TV. This allows for easy cable management. The ridges do a decent job of holding the cables in and are very convenient, but allow the cables to come out fairly easily even if they are barely pulled on. The TV has a metal rim that surrounds its edges and has almost no bezel surrounding the panel other than the thin chin bar on the bottom, which makes for an incredible viewing experience and gives the TV a very quality aesthetic. You can mount it either on an included stand or on a 400x400 VESA compatible mount. The TV also comes with a large variety of I/O, including 4 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 Ethernet port, 1 optical audio out, 1 RS-232 port, 1 satellite port, and 2 USB ports. It also has a button on the bottom right that allows for basic functionality such as turning the TV on or off or changing the input. Okay, so now that we've talked about that, let's talk about what actually matters, the panel. It has many common features that we see today, such as HDR10, 4K, and so on. The feature that most sets this TV apart, though, is the refresh rate. It is capable of running at 120Hz without interpolation. This means that the TV can display at 220 separate frames per second. However, this can only happen in 1080p due to the limitations of HDMI 2.0. If you plan to use this TV in 4K mode, you are limited to 60Hz, but this panel still does provide some benefits to you, which we will get to in a minute. This gives an amazing advantage to those who hope to use this TV for gaming, as higher refresh rates are widely regarded as better in that they allow the player to see new information faster and more often. Video games can sometimes have an issue called screen tearing, where 2 frames are displayed at the same time. However, this TV has a technology to combat this. It cocomes with a feature called AMD FreeSync. This technology completely eliminates this issue for anyone using either an Xbox or a PC that has an AMD graphics card. The colors this panel produces are also incredible in that it has a 10-bit VA panel that covers 99% of the DCI P3 color space and has a peak brightness of over 700 nits. It has a viewing angle of 178 degrees and has a low reflective coating that allows for a clear picture even when there would normally be a glare on the screen. Overall, this leads to an amazing picture and thus an incredible viewing experience for anyone. Now that the physical aspects of this TV are covered, the real question is, how is it to use day to day? Well, to start off with, the built-in OS, Tizen 3, is great. It doesn't exactly add a ton of functionality for me as I already have an Xbox connected to it, but for those who plan to use the TV standalone, it will likely fulfill many of their needs. It allows for the easy use of all the basic apps one would expect, such as Netflix, Plex, and Hulu, and so on. They all worked well, and there is never really any noticeable lag or slowdowns as the TV has an integrated 4-core processor. One other nice feature of the OS is that it allows the TV to have an incredibly fast startup time from sleep, which is very helpful and makes the whole experience of using it feel just much more snappy. One helpful feature this TV offers is the ability to use the TV's remote on other hardware platforms. The one that I use most often is my Xbox. It requires no setup and works right out of the box, which is a very nice feature and even allows for the use of the buttons that aren't physically on the remote that might be needed for some controls. Another cool feature of this TV is that it has auto on and off. This feature allows the TV to automatically turn on and off when you turn it on and off for an external device such as an Xbox or receiver. It also allows devices such as the Xbox to automatically turn on and off to match the status of the TV. This feature is very cool, however the TV is not smart enough to switch to the input that was turned on by, thus requiring the user to manually change it with a remote. This hurts the benefits of this feature, however if the input that was last used is the one that turns on, you should have no issue. One annoying thing that this TV does is that when one of the input devices is unplugged while it is powered on, it doesn't just treat it as a null input, instead it completely forgets about it. In order to add it back, you have to go through the TV and reinitialize it the next time that you plug the device in. This would not be annoying except for the fact that you have to relocate it in the Smart Hub every time that this occurs. If your setup does not change often, then this will not be an issue, but if it does, then this could be more of an annoyance. Another thing that this TV does not like is when you plug in a device and it is not recognizable to its built-in library of devices. If it does not automatically identify it, it gives you a list to choose from, and if it is not on that list, then you are out of luck. The best solution that I have found is to press the back button when it tries to detect it. This may not always work as it is seen as an unidentified source, Luckily, the software that recognizes the input types is fairly good, but it did become confused by some basic devices such as a Mac OS X computer or a Wii. Overall, the OS is very good, it just needs some simple bug fixes. So conclusion time. Overall, I like this TV a lot, and I think that a lot of others could enjoy it too. It does a great job of a lot of things and does them for a reasonable price for what it is. However, I would only recommend this to someone who truly wants and understands its features. Most people who just want a TV to turn on and watch basic things can probably step down a tier in the product stack and either save their money or get a larger TV. However, for those that are enthusiasts and with a true high refresh rate experience for their TV, I think this is a great buy, and I think that you will be very happy with your purchase. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.